So coffee is something that I'm sure has been in your guys' life for as long as you can remember. Your parents drink it, your friends drink it, maybe even you drink it. It's been in the world for quite some time now, and frankly, it's a very commonly traded resource. Throughout the countries that it's touched, there have been several different ways developed that you can create your everyday cup of coffee, besides the usual drip method, which I'm sure is the way that everyone is most comfortable and familiar with. Out of those which I've tried, French press seems to be my favorite. And as I know it won't fit the preference of everyone in the room, I hope it demonstrates a unique and fun way of making your morning cup, as I know as students you all have experimented with the addition of such. To get started, I'd like to first show you the French press, which I believe it's what makes the whole process possible. I've never seen it done it without one. We also have some pre-ground coffee right here, which I did myself. I like ground coffee on the day of. We also have a stovetop kettle here, which for time reasons, I'm gonna start right now. I preheated it beforehand, so it should be very close to boiling. Anyway, let's get started. It has a harmonica mouth. So, to get started, we're going to take the plunger out of the French press kettle. Note that it has a film on the bottom. That's going to be important later. We're just going to dump it very crudely into the kettle itself. You have the grounds right there. And you put no, what am I doing? You add the water first, up to this line right here. All kettles have an indication as far as I know. Did I put enough water? Yes, I did. Next, you're going to put the top on without putting the plunger down. You're going to let the coffee steep for a while directly in the water itself. I'm going to give you guys a good look at that. So, meanwhile, I'm going to demonstrate the different ways that you can make your cup of coffee, besides your usual drip, as I previously explained. The first way, which I'd like to show you, is espresso. It uses the pressurization method. How it works is water sits in this chamber below, and once it gets hot enough, water is pushed through this straw above and through the coffee grounds itself. Then it is filtered out through this piece right here and then into the chamber above for you to dump your cup of rocket fuel, basically. It is very strong. The next is Turkish coffee. It uses the boiling method, which you use this hand grinder to turn the coffee grounds into what is essentially dust. And then you place it into this little Turkish coffee pot on the stove. Sorry, I'm getting all these terminologies wrong. Then you just pour it directly into your cup, and then you have a good cup of mud, essentially. I haven't tried this yet. I hope to one day. Our French press has now steeped for a comfortable amount of time. Let me grab it. Never mind the milk. So, this is where the actual French pressing comes into play. So as you can see, by pressing the plunger down, I've now separated the coffee from the grounds themselves, and through the top I can now pour it into my cup. However, first I'm going to show you a very neat way to kind of style it up. I'm using whole milk. I know a lot of people very much preach half and half. So, put a very thin layer of milk on the bottom. Then we're going to use this very humorously small whisk that's used for this exact purpose to whisk the milk itself. I got another term wrong. This is called frothing it. I'm not whisking it. We're turning it into a cream on top. All right, now that we have a good foam on the bottom of our cup, we can now add the French press coffee itself. And that, in my opinion, is how to make the perfect cup of coffee. That's so good. So, as I know this won't fit the preference of everybody in the room, I know you'll probably want to add sugar to it because you're strange like that. However, as students, I hope you all experiment more with your morning cup of coffee and try a little bit more of a fun approach, as in my opinion, I think French press gives. However, I also would like to emphasize that a lot of things in this process are able to be changed, such as the coarseness of the grounds themselves, if you are the one grinding them, down to the actual things that you can add to it themselves, or even the time that you're going to steep the coffee. I hope this gives a good idea of the different ways that you can probably do a cup of coffee.